Howdy, folks. Greyhawk 4x4 coming at you again, your resident vintage gamer. And it is our Sunday gaming chat. Welcome. Got a few things to talk about today. Quite a few interesting little stories PC gaming-wise. Got something for show and tell for today. We're going to go through this box set today, if you've never seen it before. Hello, Chupa. So I thought I would start out with, since my last live, we did not have our campaign this past Friday. The DM, our DM, his full-time job is he is a salesperson at a nursery here where we live. And in case you didn't know, hey Colin, supposedly springtime is supposed to be upon us, even though you couldn't tell by our weather here sometimes because it seems to be going back to winter back and forth. But as a salesperson at a nursery, he is swamped at this particular time of the year because the amount of construction going on in our area is ridiculous. This area is one of the boom towns of the United States right now. And literally in the field, there used to be a field with cows in it that we have a balcony off of our master bedroom. From my balcony, I could talk to the cows. I mean, it was just a little road and then what do you call it? A barbed wire fence and the cows. And that whole field, the farmer that has that, he sold all of that land and now it's all being developed. So it's lovely being that close to all that construction, let me tell you. But that's just one example of how much is being built up around here. And as a result, nurseries in the area, all these developments have to have landscaping because they haven't gotten smart enough here in Utah to figure out that everything should really be xeriscaped because we're in a fucking horrible drought like here in Utah. I mean, it's horrendous. And we've been that way for quite a few years. I guess they think it's just magically going to get better or something. So they keep landscaping everything, all the new stuff. They keep instead of xeriscaping it, which is what they should do. Xeriscape is basically where, like in Arizona, everything is xeriscaped, which means instead of like turf and sod and all that, you have rock gardens, and it's all like New Mexico and Arizona is all pretty much xeriscaped. It's not zero. I forget how you spell it. I think it's spelled with an X actually, but I'm not 100% sure. But it basically means that instead of like grass and all that stuff, you use like rock gardens and stuff, which don't need to be watered, so you save the water. Let's see here. Let's see how you spell it. Xeriscape is spelled Xeriscape. Xeriscape. The style of landscape design requiring little or no irrigation and other maintenance used in arid regions. We are in the middle, like I said, we're in the middle of a horrible drought, so that's what they should be doing here. But because they don't, our DM, being the sales guy at a local nursery, he gets swamped in the springtime. So he wasn't able to prep for this last week's game, so we just didn't have one on Friday. So therefore, there won't be a campaign update or any of that. So that's the first thing out of the gate. Second thing is, I mentioned last time that my channel, I wasn't getting like nearly the views on videos like I normally would. Like I usually get between 200 and 300, and I wasn't even breaking 100. And there was different reasons why I thought that might be or whatever. Well, I think it was Colin. You went back and watched a bunch of my old videos, which I really appreciate. And then you commented on most of them and all that. So I really appreciate it because I think that helps the algorithm. And but what it did for me was it helped me remember how much content I've made on this platform. Like I had forgot like some of those videos that I saw your comment come up. I was like, oh yeah, that's right, I did do. Um, uh, I did do that video, and I did do that, and I had forgotten about. Colin says you have a shit ton of videos. I know, and I got it on all kinds of topics, like on different types of. I've got in-game footage videos. I've got gaming reviews. I've got gaming news videos. I've got beer 30s where I talk about beer and gaming. I've got classic, vintage collecting for tabletop role playing and D&D videos, and I mean I had all kinds of shit. I haven't aged a day in 10 years. Yeah, all this white hair. Yeah, I don't believe that this white hair was there 10 years ago. I'm pretty sure most of this was black back then. But uh, I watched the Warcraft video and it read as 52 watched before. I watched the entire thing and it still read as 52 watched. That's weird. See, so that could be part of the problem. Is it could be that views are not being reported properly on YouTube. It could be on their end. So who knows? But anyway, I appreciate everything everybody does, that you guys watching stuff and commenting and all that. I really appreciate it because I think it helps. And I think that once you get to the point where you get monetized, then maybe because they want to sell advertising, because then because they put ads on some of my videos anyway, even though they're not giving me anything for it. Like my ones that have like over 20,000 views, those if you click on, you'll see ads. I don't get a dime for that. I don't get a penny for that because I'm not monetized. So they're selling ad space on my videos, on my content, and not giving me anything for it. So, but I think that once you get monetized, there's a motivation for them to push your videos to recommended because they want to sell the ads and they want people to see those ads. So maybe I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I'm almost at 2,000. I'm at almost 3,000 hours, and I need one more. I need to get 4,000 hours to get monetized. And I think that when I come up on a year of doing this since I've retired from my job, I think I'll for sure hit that because I do content regularly now. So, but we'll have to wait and see. So, so that's one thing. So I appreciate all that. And then let's see. What was the other thing? Oh, so just like an alcoholic would, who quits drinking or whatever, and then falls off the wagon and starts drinking again and everything else. I started playing Fallout 4 again. I can't fucking help myself. I don't know what it is about that game. Every once in a while, I'll just be doing something or whatever, and something will trigger something, and I'll be like, you know what? It'd be fun to do a new playthrough of Fallout 4 with this build. Now, this particular one that I'm doing now, something said, because I've never done ever a luck build, because I don't use VATS. Now, anybody that's played Fallout 4, when I tell them that, they can't believe that I don't use VATS, because that's the something I forget what the V stands for. Targeting system, assisted targeting system. I forget the V stands for. Video, maybe it's video assisted targeting system. But it's your Pip-Boy, your character's Pip-Boy, that allows you to use VATS and everything. And I just manually target everything and just twitch combat everything. Now I've decided to do this luck build where I went max luck right out of the gate. And now I'm using VATS because I want to try and take advantage of that or whatever. So it is a new experience for me. So at least I can say that yes, I'm back playing Fallout 4 again, but at least it's a new experience for me, using VATS and having a luck build and all that. So, but it's just one thing. I don't know. Do you guys have? There's 4 people in here now. Do you guys have a game like that in your library that Vault Tech assisted targeting? There we go. So do you guys have a game like that where like you'll play newer games that come out and try different things and everything, and then for some reason you just keep going back to that game and doing another playthrough of it? Like I know some people do that with Skyrim. I do know that there are people that basically the same thing I do with Fallout 4. There are people that do that with Skyrim. I think there's some people that do it with Fallout New Vegas that do that. But because I forget, I don't remember how many hours I've got on. It's well over 1,000 on Fallout 4 for me. So that's another question for you guys. Are any of you guys over 1,000 hours on any games on Steam or anything like that? Because I'm over 1,000 hours on Fallout 4, and I'm over 1,000 hours on Team Fortress 2. Even though I don't play that anymore very much, not much. But back in the day, yeah. So those two I know and I'm sure on World of Warcraft I was over 1,000, and on Star Wars Galaxy, those I'm 100% sure I'm over 1,000 hours on all those. But anyway, so in addition to that stuff, let's go into the PC gaming news stuff here. Let's see here. So first thing is, I don't know if you guys saw it, but apparently Ubisoft is in trouble. Ubisoft is in financial trouble. I mean, I don't mean like controversy. Apparently they're in bad financial shape or something. And it appears that they may get purchased by some private equity firm. That's being reported on by Kotaku. And I did see something I thought from PC Gamer on it, but I can't find their version of that article. But apparently Ubisoft's in trouble, which I didn't see that coming because I thought the Assassin's Creed franchise by itself would support Ubisoft because they released so many Assassin's Creed games that I thought, yeah, they're. And then of course you have the Far Cry series. And then what's funny is that in a related news, it says Ubisoft officially announces Project Q after numerous leaks. And it was first hinted at by a GeForce Now database release some reason. And I can't believe that they have autoplay videos on these on PC Gamer. Should never have autoplay videos. I'm trying to read this announcement here for you guys. It says something about it being a PvP battle arena game, featuring a low player count, fast-paced battle royale mode on a small map, as well as more traditional objective capture mode. So Fortnite. It sounds like they're making their version of Fortnite, maybe. I don't. Hey, 8-Bit is here. I'm doing good. I hope everyone else is doing good too. Colin says that's bad. It was being taken over by a private equity firm that made Bethesda go to shit. And Bethesda is now, of course, owned by Microsoft. So we have to wait and see what's going to happen with them. But it was just funny that it was being announced that, they were having this financial issues and looking at getting bought out. And then they made this announcement. So it's like almost like it was trying to generate buzz to maybe get the price higher for whoever was thinking about buying them. You could see that, right, from a strategy standpoint of, oh shit, guys, it's out there in the world now that we may get bought out, and they had this announcement in their back pocket, and it's like let's drop that announcement so that maybe that'll make the stock price go up or something before they buy us, or who knows. That's just the way my brain works. I'm skeptical and suspicious of everything. So it's just funny timing, Let's see here. There was some other stuff that I wanted to talk about too. Skyrim Special Edition mod makes NPCs say your name instead of calling you Dragonborn. So what's funny about that is, as we know, they had the technology, Bethesda, with Fallout 4. I forget what the number of, I think it was, I want to say it was something like 400 different names that it would recognize if you named your character. And Codsworth and other NPCs would call you by that name um, in Fallout 4. And so now someone did a mod to do that in Skyrim. And my question is, why didn't Bethesda just do that if they had the technology to do it? Why didn't they just do that? Because that is kind of cool, when you like that build that I just did, that luck build that I'm playing on Fallout 4 now. When I got to Codsworth at the beginning of the game, um, uh, my character's last name in this playthrough is Danger, and he called me Mr. Danger, which I thought was kind of cool. Sam, it's Sam Danger, and I thought he would call me Sam, but he said Mr. Danger, which I thought was kind of weird. Colin says, in answer to your question about play times, I have 660 hours in TF2 and 402 in Fallout 4, 167 in Postal 2. I bought the first Postal for like 50 cents on Steam, probably maybe a couple years ago. They had the original Postal. And man, whoa, damn, is that bad? I mean, but I might own Postal too. I have no idea, because I buy shit on sale. If it's cheap, I'll just buy stuff. So I don't know. I may have Postal too. Never played it. Yeah, the first one was just, yeah, it was bad in a couple different ways. I thought it was anyway. But apparently it was popular enough to make more. There's more in the series. So Colin, I didn't realize that you were a big TF2 player. 660 hours. That's pretty respectable. I always play Pyro. What was your go-to class on TF2? I'm interested to know that, because I was Pyro all the way. I got pretty damn good at using the flamethrower airburst to blow back grenades into fucking demo men faces and stuff like that. Yeah, that was like the most rewarding thing in the game for me, was like goddamn demo men. Now watch, you're gonna say demo man was your go-to. Watch. I don't know why, but Colin kind of strikes me as a medic. I don't know why. I'm just gonna take a stab at it and say maybe that you were a medic. Nope, you were engineer, followed by soldier or sniper. Changed to pyro when spies were infesting the place. That was one of the reasons I went pyro, because they, in my opinion, they fucked spy up from TF1. TF1, the spy was fun to play. Spy in TF2, I could never get the hang of it. I could never get the hang of it. And engineer is my second. Pyro first, my backup is engineer. So, oh, most of your recent playtime has been medic. I don't know why. It just, the personality that comes through, I guess, it just screamed medic to me, maybe. Yeah, no one seems to know that medics can heal more than one player, not just the heavy weapons guy. Yeah, that's a good point. The good medics are running around healing everybody, and they just want to they just want to heal the heavy weapons guy so they can go Uber, and and lay waste to everything. They just they get a kick out of that, but everybody else needs healing too. So yeah, it sounds like you and I have similar game tastes with TF2, Fallout 4, and then you liked Ethan Carter, The Vanishing of Ethan Carter, which was one of my. I love that game. That was a fan. That was such a well-made. It was a piece of art. It really was. That and Going Home was also another triumph in the walking simulator genre, if you would. Yeah, walking simulators I think are underrated. They don't have a place all the time. It's like sometimes you want to blow shit up in a game. Sometimes you want to go do stealth stuff. Sometimes you want to, but uh, sometimes when you just want to chill and relax and have a low stress game where you're experiencing a virtual world, walking simulators are fantastic, especially if they have a good story and uh, the atmosphere is really good. So, wow, look at this shit. We're getting rated. Wow. Well, that'll help my the algorithm, I guess. Hazem, huh? Wow, that's one hell of a raid. Damn. I'm just gonna sit and have a soda while I watch this. 101. So I don't know who Hazem is, but apparently the creator of Please Donate a Roblox something or other. Wow. I didn't get to read that whole fucking. Here, let's scroll back up here. Let's see here. See what this says here. Hazem is a Roblox dev who made games like Please Donate and Type Race. Okay. So I don't know what. Apparently, it's called a game called Please Donate, huh? Yeah. Why do I find that to be suspicious? Hey, there's Hazem himself. I don't even know what Roblox is or Robux. I'm drinking Mountain Dew. This is the Mountain Dew Spark. This is the zero sugar version. If you haven't already seen it, um, well, this rate ain't bothering me. I mean, that's all that's all going into my algorithm as time watched and everything. So what is a nuke? If I ask for a nuke, what does that mean? Free Robux chain, huh? This is kind of fascinating. Let's do a Google search on what Robux is. Let's see here. Roblox. Get Robux to purchase upgrades for your avatar to buy special abilities and experiences. More information on earn Robux. So Roblox. Let's look up Roblox here. Let's educate myself here. Roblox is an online game platform and game creation system developed by Roblox Corporation that allows users to program games and play games created by other users. Okay. Mm. Okay. I'm just reading a little bit here, trying to learn more about this. So it's an engine, it looks like, to make user created games and stuff. Interesting. Okay. Matt the dev says, "Do you have Roblox? If not, you will give the nuke to me instead." Well, I do not have Roblox, obviously, because I just learned what it was. So I'm guessing that uh, if not, you will give the nuke to me. Whatever that means. Okay. They're going away. It's going down. It was up way over 100. So yeah, they just gave me a bunch of watch time. So that's kind of cool. I saw a Mr. made her way in here. She started nuking people. Timed out by Mr. 300 says so. Colin, everybody's. Mr. says spam, you get banned. That's down to 23, 20. Yeah, they're all going away. So, Mr., do you know what that was, or Colin, or anybody? I know what a raid is, but that's the first time I've seen like whatever Roblox is. 8-Bit Bill says, "Have you had a chance to play your Return to Dark Tower yet?" So I fired it up. I wanted to test the tower, and you can play solo. This Roblox guy. Let's see here. Okay. Well, that's what, Colin, that's what it looks like when I Googled it. That's what it looks like. It looks like a Minecraft ripoff. It looks like an engine where you can make games like Minecraft using, it looks like it's voxel technology, maybe. So yeah, Mr. If they're asking me for money, they're barking up the wrong tree because I ain't even monetized. So I sure shit ain't giving anybody else any money until I get monetized, So, with the exception of people like, um, Edward, who's one of our regulars here, who sent me this, his RPG stuff. I'm gonna go to. I went to RBG drive through RPG, and I'm gonna pay. One of those is pay what you want or whatever, and then the other ones are $10 a piece or something. And I'm probably gonna buy him all the PDFs just to support him, just to help him. But other than that, no, yeah. That's all right, subs. Like I said, you guys came in here and gave me watch time and everything, so I'm assuming that'll help the algorithm, So, um, so anyway, let me see if I can go back up here. So, we were talking about Dark Tower. So yeah, I did fire up the tower to test it, and I did take my tablet, my Fire tablet, Amazon Fire tablet, because you need a tablet to, or you can do it. Some people can do it through their TV. You can link it through your TV, and uh, it does the scenarios and everything that way. And I tested everything out to make sure it all works. And there is a solo mode, so but there's going to be a learning curve. I got a lot to learn about how to do it all. So, um, but uh, so I know it all works, which I was happy about. And my wife is getting ready to go on vacation. So while she's on vacation, we haven't decided yet if we're going anywhere. Like we literally, she's going on vacation when she gets off work today. She's on vacation, so we don't know if we're going to go anywhere. We don't know. We don't have a plan. She just is going to enjoy her vacation, but we may decide, hey, let's go to Vegas, let's go to Park City, let's go somewhere, or whatever. We don't know yet. But if we don't, then I'll probably fire up the game and her and I can play a game and learn it. So, Mister, I know you are addicted to Elden Ring because I follow you on Twitter. And you know why I'm laughing. I know you know why I'm laughing when I mention Twitter and you and Elden Ring, because I have never seen somebody, and it worked for you. It's the first time I've ever seen anybody use Twitter to get somebody to jump into a game and help them achieve something. And I thought it was brilliant because you have you have a pretty good Twitter following, if I remember correctly. So, when I saw that, I was like, damn, that's fucking brilliant. Because and you got the help. I saw that, yeah. And you had somebody jump in, and you had them. What, you had to do like 3 runs or something. Whether it was a final boss or whatever it was you had to do. But I was following that, and I was cracking up because I'm like, yeah. Um, I just kept saying to myself, Mistra is a woman not to be denied. She is not. She's not going to take no for an answer. She's going to figure out a way to get it done. Yeah, so my guess is I haven't played it yet, but I'm guessing that it's a multiplayer thing where people can log into your game and join in with you, help you do shit like Borderlands was. Like Borderlands, you could just be running a game and someone could just join in with your game. So let's see if I can go back up here and see, because with all that stuff that was coming through from that raid, I probably missed some stuff you guys were asking me. Let's see here. Trying to see if there's anything from any of you guys. Make sure I didn't miss. I went up as far as it'll let me go up, so I don't see anything else. If I missed anything, guys, I apologize. Let's see here. Yeah, you get multiplayer co-op, max 4 people, so you and 3. Yeah, so that reminds me kind of like Borderlands, because Borderlands was that way, right? Because I remember I was playing like single player Borderlands, but I had my settings set to people could join if they wanted to, and I remember I had forgotten that, with Steam and your friends list and everything, people can see what you're playing and everything. And I was just playing, and all of a sudden, one of my buddies in California, just jumped into my game, and I was like, "Oh, that's right, you can just jump in anytime you want, huh?" It's pretty cool. Yeah, Live Fit. I'm gonna call you Live Fit. You're so lucky for getting rated. Yeah, it don't bother me a bit. Other than uh, if they're trying to spam, trying to get money and shit like that, bothering some of my regulars, and stuff like that. Because I have quite a few very loyal regulars that come in, um, and some of them are mods, as you can see too. And so, yeah, as long as they're not doing that, no problem with it. They came in, they did their thing, and they went out. So there they go. Um, and if you set certain multiplayer passwords, if they defeat a boss, you can get a buff, and you're more likely. Um, to see their summon signs so you can add in your bosses. See, now I'm gonna have to get that game because there has been 77.91 million visits for the game. Okay. So let's check something here. Oh, I got some subs. Well, that was nice. He did mention subs, so I'm gonna see here. Out of that. Oh yeah, I got like 20 subs out of that. Well, that was nice. So yeah, I'm up to 14.95 now. That was awful nice. So I appreciate that. Every little bit helps, right? Oh, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do this show and tell thing here. So this is another one of those things where TSR, the makers of Dungeons and Dragons, the original creators, back in the 80s, they were having really good luck with doing franchise tie-ins. I think I've shown the Indiana Jones game before. They did Indiana Jones, and then they did Marvel superheroes. And as far as I'm concerned, they're way ahead of their time because now look at the MCU now. And this was the 80s when they came out with this tabletop role-playing game. If they were to release, like, it would be Wizards of the Coast now, but if they were to re-release a new version of this, I think it would go apeshit. But this is back in the 80s, and it even says here includes the adventure Day of the Octopus. So that's the front of it. We'll show the back of the box here in a second. This is a game that I never played. I bought. I was trying to basically buy, as they were coming out, I was trying to buy them because I thought how cool it would be to have these different game worlds that you could, try and work into things and do like a multiverse or whatever. So I was buying these things up, and I've never played this. And that's why it's unpunched. Here's all the little tokens, and it's never been punched. You got Wolverine. Let's see. You got Johnny Storm, Ben Grimm, Monica Rambeau, Steve Rogers, Peter Parker. So you have their normal avatars, and then you have there's Logan, Sue Storm, Reed Richards, etc. And then on the back, you have stuff then you have the superheroes. You have Spider-Man, Captain America, Captain Marvel, the Thing. So they're dual-sided. So there's the other side. It has all the superheroes on it. So you have Ben Grimm, and then it has the Thing, of course, on the back, which is kind of cool. So it has their alter egos and their so I thought that was kind of cool. And so there's that's the tokens. And then there's 3 books in here. There's a battle book. And there is a campaign book, which has kind of some cool art on it. And now, again, I'm not a big comic book person. I did have some when I was a kid, like Spider-Man, stuff like that. But a lot of these characters, I don't know who this is. Like this giant-headed dude here, I have no idea who that is. Unless that's supposed to be, let's see. I am the Watcher, it says. Yeah, never heard of the Watcher. So anyway, I don't know who that is. And then it says the Universal table. The battle effects tables are on the back. So, of course, they had to put on here from the producers of the Dungeons and Dragons game. They got to make sure that they let people know who they were and everything. And then you got a nice map, a city map, it looks like. Let's see here. Elden Ring sold like 12 million in a month. I wonder how many now. So I think we can forget about Bloodborne 2 or Dark Souls 4. It will be Elden Ring 2, and I'm cool with that. So when you say 30th like or 48, mine was not updated. What are you referring to, Mister? Oh, this one? Yeah, that's pretty cool. Grumpy cat. Unless I missed something here. Oh, stream likes. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I was talking about subscribers. Oh, 30th like. Got it. Yeah, I was talking about subs when I went, because I went and checked my channel stuff here, and it went up to 14.95. So yeah. So you had those two books. So the campaign book was like, I think that's for the like game master, and then the battle book is like the player's guide, and then you had this, which has like the full size cutouts of some of the different superheroes, and then inside was the very first module they made, the first adventure they made, called Day of the Octopus. It's obviously Doc Ock. And let's see here. And then you have villain roster. Like you got the villain roster. And there's more of the villains back here. So that was your first. And then it even has, so these are like character cards of the different superheroes, because it has their stats on the back of these cards. So you have Mr. Fantastic, Captain Marvel, Human Torch, Wolverine, etc. So if I remember correctly, you could play as one of the classic superheroes, like the Thing or Spider-Man or whatever, or you could roll up unique superheroes of your own making. So here's the back. I remember when I bought this, because they were all the same price for these different games, this, Indiana Jones, etc. And I remember when I bought this, I was looking through it, and I was like, you get it back in the day, you felt like you got a lot for your money's worth, because you got 3 books out of it, a bunch of cutouts, tokens, a map, and everything. And there was even, if I remember correctly, let's see here, I think there's another map in Day of the Octopus, maybe? I thought there was another map somewhere in one of these. For some reason, I was thinking there was. Maybe it's in the battle book. Let's see here. I thought there was another map. Nope. It might be in one of these here. So these were modules they made. 2 of them that they made after the fact, obviously. You have MH6 and MH3. Yeah. This first one here is Thunder over Jotunheim, and that's a Thor module, it looks like, because you got Thor, and I'm pretty sure this is Loki. It's supposed to be Loki, I'm pretty sure. And it says on the back, it says, the treacherous Loki plans to usurp the throne of eternal Asgard, and he's stolen the weapon that can stop him. The mighty Thor must brave the dangers of the giant realm and smash the sinister plot. Oh, this has the magic viewer in it. Hang on. If it's in here. I bought this these I got at a used bookstore, and I didn't realize this might be a solo adventure, because it's got the hang on here. This has the magic viewer, so it is a solo adventure. So you can see these blocks here. Those are you have to use a 3D little viewer to put over them to read them, and that means this is a solo adventure. It allows you to just by yourself, you can play it. And then as you discover stuff, you use the viewer to look at stuff as it goes. But this doesn't have the viewer with it. It'd be a little piece of red cellophane or something. Yeah, it's not in here. And again, this is in bad shape because the cover's falling apart. I'm double checking to make sure. because I have a couple of the D&D ones that were solo that had those little viewers, the little magic viewers in them. Let's see here. Yeah, this is a map here, and even this has the stuff on it. Even that has the stuff that you can't see what's on the map unless you use the viewer. Only last check is if I unfold this, it could be in here. No, it's not in here. So, but this does have Loki's stats on it. There's Loki's stats right here. So tell me this wasn't ahead of its time, because now with the MC, all the movies and stuff, people would go ape shit over this kind of stuff now. So luckily I do have another one of those magic viewers in my D&D stuff. So I would be able to, I think it was called some Murder on Midnight Alley. I think was the D&D one. That was a solo. Hey, Proudfoot Underhill, Proudfoot, you missed all the excitement. We got raided by about 200 people. So anyway, that was the first one, or that's number 6. I'm sorry. This is number 3. These are only 2 that I have. This one was called Murder World. By Jeff Grubb. Funny, it's funny that name just came up, Jeff Grubb. So you guys saw that for D&D, for 5th edition, they announced Spelljammer is going to be one of the worlds that they're making content for. Jeff Grubb created Spelljammer for the original Dungeons and Dragons for like 2nd edition. And he's tweeted out since then that they did not tell him that they were going to re-release Spelljammer and make content for it. They didn't contact him to ask him if he wanted to be part of it, even though he's the original creator. They didn't ask him. They didn't tell him. Now, tell me y'all's opinion. If I'm Wizards of the Coast and I'm getting ready to recreate a world and start selling it for 5th edition or whatever, and I have access to Jeff Grubb for let's use him as an example, or any of the creators. Tracy Hickman and Margaret Weiss created Dragonlance, and they were consulted for the Dragonlance stuff, obviously, because there's new novels coming out and everything. But wouldn't you think that you would at least try to get his name attached to it, and maybe he'd even write some of the stuff? Now, obviously, you'd have to pay him, but you got to pay people anyway to write the shit, right? Why not say from the original creator? Wouldn't that help sell your product? Maybe I'm old, and it's not the way of thinking nowadays. But to me, that just seems logical, because the guy has a following. I mean, all the people, like, look at this. He made Marvel superhero shit. I didn't even know he did this. Did he do this other one? No, Bruce Nesmith did this one. So he's got a following, and I just think that would have helped. But they didn't even bother to. And I didn't even know till I just opened this that these were in there, that his name was on here. It just made me think of that. So, because I was going to talk about it anyway, and it just helped remind me. So anyway, this one, let's see here. Let me read the back. Here's the back of this one. And this one has She-Hulk. Things have been pretty quiet around the Baxter building lately, a little too quiet. That's about to change. Somebody wants the Fantastic Four out of the way permanently. They are paying top dollar to get it done, and when you want the best, you want Arcade. He doesn't just do a nasty job with style, he enjoys it. So this must be Arcade. He must be our bad guy, our villain. This is the one that had a map in it. This one has 2 maps in it. Yeah, this has 2 separate maps. And then you have more of the stat sheets and stuff. You got She-Hulk and the Thing, Human Torch, Invisible Girl, Mr. Fantastic, etc. And then let's see here. On the back here, this is interesting. It says, "In loving memory, Dr. Doom." So I don't know if that means, was he did he in this module? Does he die in this module if you play through it? Is that part of the story? I have no idea. So anyway, this one is not one of the Magic Viewer ones. This one has just regular content in it. So anyway, I thought you guys might enjoy seeing this. This was another game by the producers of the Dungeons and Dragons game back in the day, TSR. Now, this is the base game. They ended up coming out with a black box that was the advanced game to this, and I don't have that one. So this was just the basic, but I thought you guys might find that interesting, considering that. Oh, I didn't need to put this in there. Considering that the MCU is such a big property now, big IP, that if they were to re-release this stuff, tabletop role-playing for superhero stuff, I think it would do well. So, okay, let me get caught up on the chat here. Let's see here. Oh, we're going to talk about that, Mister, about Thor the movie, the latest one getting ready to come out. But I want to make sure I get caught up here. PvP is very satisfying in Elden Ring too. One of the matches I killed 3 at once, which means I won. They got too close together, and I simply spammed my katana weapon skill. So I didn't know there was PvP in Elden Ring. That's interesting. Sometimes I like PvP. Sometimes I like Team Fortress 2. I love the PvP. That's all PvP in there, but I enjoy that. Overwatch was too fast paced and too chaotic for me. Counter-Strike, I was in a league back in the day. I loved Counter-Strike, but Overwatch is too fast paced, too hectic. Fortnite's too silly for me. So it just depends upon the type, you know. Let's see here. Yeah, just bring them on board. J.R.R. Martin was a temporary consultant for Elden Ring. It paid off. 12 million copies a month. See, this thing with Jeff Grubb. Not everybody knows who he is, but old school role players, tabletop role players know exactly who Jeff Grubb is. And if they were going to bring, if they decide, we're going to bring back Spelljammer, bring back the guy that, or at least out of respect, include him in the process out of respect. It just seems like the right thing to do, Yeah, cooperative and invasions, but easy to avoid. Hey, Alex Padilla's in here, by the way. I'd like to recognize when people are in my. Let's see here. Who else joined in that I might have missed here? So Alex, Proudfoot, Stoker. Yep, everybody's here. It's easy to avoid if you prefer fully solo, or you can do both. You're welcome, Alex. Thank you for being in on the stream. I love that there's cooperative, there's invasions, there's PvP, but you can also do it solo if you want, or you can do both. I love that in a game. The fact that they give you player agency, player choice to do which content you want, but you're not forced into certain things, like let's take World of Warcraft for instance. I don't think anybody would argue the point when I say that you feel like you have to raid at some point, because all in-game stuff points you to raiding. If you want to do high-end crafting at the high-end, the elite stuff, you have to raid, because the goddamn recipes that drop are bind on pickup, which means even if you wanted to do it, let's say, and you didn't want to raid and you just wanted to buy it from somebody, you can't, because it's fucking bind on pickup. That to me is restrictive gameplay. That's restrictive game. If you want to be the best crafter on the server and you have gold coming out the ass, so where you could technically buy the recipe from somebody who raids, but they've made a mechanic in there that prevents you from this. So it forces you to have to be the one to go into a raid, even if you don't like raiding. And to me, that's bullshit. I don't like that. I never will like that. I think it's stupid. Star Wars Galaxies. Nothing's bind on pickup in Star Wars Galaxies. Nothing. If you want to go to the Death Watch bunker and do the work, which is the end, one of the end, it's not really a raid, it's like a dungeon. And do the stuff to get bounty hunter armor and all of this. If you can, you need people to help you to go do it, whatever. But you can also just buy the shit. Like it'd be super expensive, but you can also just buy the stuff. So, let's see here. Shoot, I missed the Bastille is here. Shoot, I missed the stream, but in my defense, currently on the phone talking about Keeland and Greyhawk with my buddy. Hey, no worries, Bastille. You missed it as well. We got raided by like 200 people. I got a bunch. I got like 20 new subs out of it, and a bunch of likes and all that. So that's gonna help and everything. It was pretty wild for a minute there, but you can watch it on the replay. Yeah, and if you're talking Greyhawk stuff, hey, that's all the excuse you need. So, even the grind in Elden Ring doesn't feel like that. WoW really made it as bad as possible. Yep. Crafting in Shroud of the Avatar is better. I have not tried Shroud of the Avatar, but I was always interested because it was made by Lord British, the guy who made Ultima. And I've heard good and bad things about Shroud of the Avatar. So, hey, John is in here too. Started a Wider Lands CSIO campaign. Starting a Wilder Lands CSIO campaign soon. What is Wilder Lands CSIO? I'm trying to remember what the hell that is. Alex says, tell me about it. I'm grinding skinning at this moment while listening to your stream. Now you're grinding skinning, I'm guessing in World of Warcraft, you're grinding skinning. Are you doing beginner skinning like in the vanilla content, classic, whatever? Or are you talking like end game stuff like in Shadowlands, trying to level up in Shadowlands and that type of thing? John says, city state of the invincible overlord. Let's see here. Wildlands of High Fantasy, book by Bob Bledsaw. Oh, it's Judges Guild, 77. I'll be a son of a bitch. I never ever saw this before, dude. I'm looking at the maps and stuff for this Wilderlands. Does it use the Greyhawk map? Because I'm seeing pictures here where it looks like it's using that, but then I'm seeing another map. Interesting. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of research on this. Oh, the Burning Crusade, almost 300. So you're doing classic Burning Crusade. I know why you're doing that, because they're going to be dropping a classic Wrath. I know why you're doing that. You're trying to get all leveled up and ready for Wrath, aren't you? People play Shadowlands. Not anybody I know. I did play it up until all that controversy and shit started, and then I got to the point of saying, nah, I'm done. And when Bobby Kotick's gone, then I might decide to play again. Who knows? But we'll have to see. Let's see here. I'm trying to make sure I didn't miss anything here. Mistress says she left in Battle for Azeroth. John says open world sandbox style play, not Greyhawk, but I'm putting it to the far west of the regular map. Okay, so my map's right here. So, are you doing it like in the area of like the Grand Duchy of Jeff, or Geoff, or however you want to say it, or up like by the Tiger Nomads, or are you talking about where like the desert and all that stuff is too? So. I think I'm caught up. I don't think I missed anything. Okay, so you're and if you're talking about the Greyhawk map, then farther west, you're talking about the bigger map that was never really put out, but there are versions you can find of, because this is just the Fleness here, and then there is a bigger map that was never really produced. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I have those. I don't have any of them like tangible, but I know the ones you're talking about, the maps you're talking about. Elden Ring would actually be a cool TTRPG, as well as how huge the map is. I wouldn't be surprised at all uh, if they, considering how popular it was, if they don't make a tabletop RPG out of it. I don't see why they wouldn't. It would be silly not to, you know. So, oh, we were going to talk about, because I don't want to forget this. We were going to talk about the trailer for the Thor, the next Thor movie. So, based on the trailer, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not particularly excited for it. I loved all the other Thor movies of the franchise, so but there was something that I can't put my finger on that um uh kind of made me go meh. I don't know why. Um I thought the idea of Natalie Portman's character wielding uh, the hammer to be very interesting. And of course, now it means we have to watch the movie to figure out how she does that. Um, Word is on the street from what I've seen hits here and there that she becomes Thor, like female Thor, or the next version of Thor, or whatever you want to. The trailer was okay, I guess. Not sure what I got from it, but not feeling negative or positive just from the trailer stuff. Exactly what I was just trying to say. Yeah. So once again, Mr. We find ourselves in agreement. So, all right, guys. Well, we're over an hour here. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Questions? That I gotta really look up that Wilder Lands now, because I don't have any Judges Guilds supplements. I don't think I have any. That's one thing I just never picked up, was anything from by Judges Guild, and I know it's good stuff. So Alex, we talked about that the last stream, and quickly, I'll just reiterate what I said last time. That's a special kind of stupid to purposefully antagonize somebody like Mike Tyson, a trained heavyweight boxer who was champion of the world, who is known to be a very lethal type person. And what makes it criminally stupid is the fact that if you did that to him on the street, where if he starts getting angry, you could run away and try and, you're on a fucking airplane where you can't run away. You can't get away from him. If you piss him off and he decides to, you there's nowhere to run. That's just ridiculously stupid to me. So now again, we had the discussion last time about could it be that he did it on purpose to try and get a payday? And I don't think that I think everybody believes that that's a valid possibility that he saw him on the plane and thought, hell, he was drunk. The guy was drunk too. So in his drunkenness, maybe he thought, hey, if I piss off Tyson enough to where he hits me, then I can sue him for a bunch of money or whatever. Well, I got news for you, my man. Y'all were flying on JetBlue. What does that tell you about how much money Tyson has currently? He's flying JetBlue. He's not flying on a private jet. He's not flying first class on Lufthansa or British Airways or first class on Delta or American. He's flying JetBlue in regular good old coach like everybody else. So I'm just saying, how about using some critical thinking skills there, dude? If that was if his idea was about a payday, his thinking was flawed. If it wasn't about getting a payday, he's just critically fucking or criminally stupid. So yeah, because Tyson's actually a pretty nice guy. Everything you've ever seen about him, it took a lot for him to snap on this dude, and the dude finally accomplished what he wanted. He got Tyson riled up by throwing a water bottle at him or whatever. But I don't think I would have had that much restraint. But anyway, so all right, let's see here. Like John said, yeah, mess with the bull, get the horns. Yeah, I don't fault Tyson at all. I would have probably reached around and bitch slapped the shit out of that dude way before Tyson did. Well, female Thor has existed a long time in the comics. That said, if they change it so after that it's only female Thor, then that's weird because it was always that both existed. As far as I know. I had no idea about that, mister. So thank you for educating me a little bit there because I wasn't aware that there was two of them simultaneously. So that makes more sense where it shows her wielding the hammer, the Mjolnir, than Mjolnir, or however you say that. Okay. All right, guys. Well, it is 2:08 p.m. I have not eaten anything yet today. I get busy doing shit. Next thing you know, and I'm like, shit, I haven't eaten anything all day. So I need to go eat. Oh, before I leave, don't clock out yet because so my wife starts vacation when she gets off work today. That's the beginning of her vacation, and she's on. She got quite a long vacation this time, so I am not going to commit to my regular schedule while she's on vacation because if we decide, hey, let's go to Vegas, I may be going to Vegas. She may say, let's go do something else. Who knows? So I will try to if we don't come up with any plans or go anywhere or whatever, but I will not commit to anything in my regular schedule at minimum for the next week. And we'll go from there. Now, having said that, if we do go somewhere like Vegas or something like that, I'll take some video there and just post that, wherever we go. So, yeah, thanks, Colin. Colin has been a trooper. He's been watching some of my older videos, and we talked about this early on that it reminded me just how much content I've made. I had forgotten like some of the videos he posted comments on, and I was like, oh shit, I did make that video. Yeah. So I really appreciate that. So if anybody else wants to go look at some of my older stuff, that's awesome. But yeah, so regardless, Follow me on Twitter if you're not already, because then I tweet more than especially if I'm on vacation. I tweet a lot when I'm on vacation. So all my social media just at Greyhawk 4x4. Anything, you name it, it's all the same handle. So and then I'll get my Discord channel up, so that if anybody wants to chat on Discord, I can do that too when I'm on the go. So all right, guys. Until next time, then, and next week being this week being vacation, we'll talk to you when we talk to you on lives, and otherwise Twitter and all that. And we'll catch you on the flip side.